What's up, epic gamers? It's me, Yemmy the Ferret, aka Yemmy, aka DJ Yemmy, and welcome to YemmyCast, a video game podcast. As mentioned, I am Yemmy the Ferret, aka Yemmy, and I am your host. Welcome to this experience. That's right, we are doing an experience. Did you like that? Should I turn up the what's it called? Should I turn up the gain and we can do a little ASMR? Hey everyone, it's me, Yemmy the Ferret here, and I am doing an ASMR. No, we're not gonna do that because that sucks. That's awful. No one's gonna listen to 40 minutes of that. Ay, Jesus Christ. All right, what's up everyone? It's me. Please clap. Welcome everyone to YemmyCast. This episode is should be premiering at 4 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. That is the premiere time. It's going to also be on Spotify, SoundCloud, and iTunes! That's right, iTunes has finally accepted us into their wreath. Their site. iTunes has put YemmyCast, a video game podcast, on iTunes. Hello, podcast is now a multi-platform. Wow, it's exciting. It's exciting. I mean, I don't really use iTunes. I just know that people, for some reason, still like to use it for various things, and maybe I can get that Apple demographic up, P2. But hey, Spotify is great. We're living large on Spotify. It's 2 episodes premiering on Spotify too. Well, actually, all the episodes are on both platforms, but this is a new one for all platforms. That's right, every single one. Last week, the premiere got a little messed up, accidentally uploaded, and went live at 10 o'clock, which was the thing that I did not want to happen. So, yeah, pretty fucking fun stuff. I've decided to stand a little bit farther, sit. I do have legs, but I choose not to use them while I'm recording the podcast. But I've chosen to sit a little bit farther away from the microphone. Let me know how the audio is, guys. Is the audio bellissimo? I would hope so. Hey, let's talk about what's coming up in this episode of YemmyCast. This is episode number 9. We've made it to 9, but they say you don't know what you're doing until episode number 100. So we're gonna be here a while. So coming up, like the title says, Resident Evil 2 remake. IGN has done a oopsie. I'm not PewDiePie, but I don't think he's copyrighted that, so I can still use it for now. I also, at the end of the show, doing Super Bowl 53 talk with my friend Nick. I told him he'd be back on, and here he is. He's back on, so wait for that at the end of the episode. Lots of memes, lots of goofs and gaffs about the various things that happened at the Super Bowl. Also coming up, Overcooked 2 has a free update. Piranha Plant has been released. Dr. Mario World coming to the phone app? Is a phone app? What? PS5, backwards compatibility, and so much more. So stick around for those things. And I really thank everyone for stopping by, coming around, and thank you for coming to the premiere. If you're on the premiere, I appreciate you so much. Hey, let's get into this Resident Evil 2 remastered talk. IGN, which is a reviewing company, has once again fumbled the ball, and it's been picked up by the opposing team, which is everyone in the world who looks and reads their stuff and finds all the little errors. But this is not a little error. This is a big error. But let's talk about the last error that IGN did. And the last error was a review of Dead Cells. In a review of Dead Cells, the writer / whatever you want to call him, game player, stole pretty much line for line a review that was on YouTube from a small YouTube channel and put it off as his own work. That is plagiarism at its finest, which is a thing that you can get expelled for when you're in school, whether it's college or high school. So I don't understand why this acclaimed writer is like, yeah, I'm going to just steal everything that this guy said and maybe change a word or two. Like, that's kind of what I used to do, like, with my stupid homework that I didn't care about. Like, I'd go online, I'd change like 5 words, and I'd be like, all right, that's good. And I'm not condoning that. That's a bad thing to do, but that's just what I did. And I know that if the teacher found out that I had done that, I would have failed and probably would have been sent to the principal's office. And you know how that goes. When you get sent down to the principal's office, you get a stern talking to, and then they take out the paddle.
Don't be weird. Don't be weird now, Yemmy. Don't be weird, dude.
Sorry. But yeah, so that got that writer fired. Obviously, he didn't play the game. He just stole other people's work and passed it off as his own. That writer is now out. He's gone. See ya. And now, how many? 2 months later? 3 months later? Maybe at the most? Resident Evil 2 is out. The remaster is out. Of course, it's a great game. Love the game. I've played through it twice. Well, I'm 1.5 playthroughs. 1.5 playthroughs? I'm doing the original Claire playthrough right now. I'm pretty close to the end. I just got done with Sherry's segment. But yeah, anyways, let's get to the point of this. Come on, Yemmy, stop stalling. Pretty much what happened was that the writer who did the review for Resident Evil 2 on IGN's official website didn't actually beat Leon's story, apparently. And so when he started up Claire's point of view, Claire's campaign, he did the original campaign and pretty much just played through. Maybe he just walked through into the police station and was like, wow, this is exactly the same thing. You know, because the two campaigns start off very, very similarly with a few lines here or there that are different. But once the game starts going, once you get out of the police station, things take a drastic turn. They change drastically. Instead of, just randomly meeting the monster and he batting you down in Leon's story, you meet Sherry in Claire's story, and Sherry warns you about the monster behind you. Then you have to beat him. Also, Claire has different weapons. She has a grenade launcher instead of a shotgun. This is one huge major difference in these two campaigns. Claire is way better at taking out lickers than Leon. I mean, the shotgun's fine and all that, but I would rather have a flame shot or an acid shot than a buck 15, whatever you want to call it, a buckshot from a shotgun any day of the week. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. So apparently this writer, obviously, he did not beat the story from Leon's point of view. He obviously didn't. He said he spent 8 hours, which, he was like, that's a little short, and I'm excited to go into Claire's campaign. It's like, well, it's pretty much the same until that point after the police station. So essentially, when you do beat the regular story for Resident Evil 2, the second playthrough option gets put onto the main screen, and people are saying that you can't miss it. It's on the main screen. Even if you didn't know that the second playthrough was completely different and that Claire's story kind of mirrored a little bit of Leon's story at the beginning, you see that second playthrough, that's where you would go through to first instead of going to Claire's campaign in the regular missions, right? I mean, that's just me. That's how I would have done it if I didn't know that Claire's campaign was so similar to Leon's. And even if I didn't know that, I think I would have played through the police department and been like, okay, it's still a little bit the same, and I would have gone through at least till the first boss and be like, oh, things are different. I wouldn't have stopped playing once I opened up the police door and some of the same dialogue played and some of the same this and that played. It's like, I don't care. I would have powered through it, but this guy obviously didn't. And I found a video here by Chi Guy, I think his name is called Chi Guy, C-H-I Guy, one word, and he kind of explains a little bit of how the system works for unlocking the second level, and it's something or the second playthrough, and it's something that's really obvious to me. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to let him explain it a little bit here, and I'm going to link the video in the description below on YouTube. So, Chai Guy, take it away.
The way the different scenarios unlock, at least in the original release, is that you beat the game on one character's standard scenario A to unlock the other character's scenario B. So like if you beat the standard game with Claire, you unlock Leon's B and vice versa. Big prompt comes up after you beat the game saying you unlocked it, and while I haven't played the new one, I'm a pleb like you guys and won't be able to play it until it releases. From what I've heard, it's pretty much the same thing, and again, this screenshot makes it seem like it's pretty hard to miss in the menu, again, once you've unlocked it.
Thank you, Shy Guy. And I can tell you that it is exactly the same way as the original game. I mean, I didn't play the original game, but I know just from playing this game now, like it's completely the same. So how he could have missed this, it's anyone's guess. It's anyone's guess. I have a firm belief that he did not play the game and he just was like, okay, it's the same. I don't care anymore. It's just ridiculous to me that they would do this, that he would do this, the writer himself. I'm not sure if the writer is still on the staff. I'm not sure if he was fired. Looking into it a little bit, I don't think he was fired. I think he was just, reprimanded. What do you want to call it? And also, the game got a little boost in score. It went from an 8.8 to a 9.0, which I agree with. I mean, this game is practically flawless to me, and I'm a newcomer to the series. Even Angry Joe, who is virtually a person that I don't usually listen to for reviews, gave it a 9.0, and I mean... I don't know why I mentioned that. Why did I fucking mention that? What's going on right now? But anyways, Resident Evil 2 is a great game. If you haven't picked it up, make sure you pick it up. And one of the other things that came out recently about Resident Evil is Resident Evil 3 is getting a remaster now officially, and they're working side by side, working on Resident Evil 8 as well. So this is pretty exciting news for me personally and many other Resident Evil fans. Now, I'll tell you this. I will tell you this, and I'm going to tell it to you right now. I can't stand the original versions of Resident Evil 1 through 3, okay? I said it. There you go. But these remasters make the game... They elevate the game a lot, okay? Anyone who agrees with me will know what I'm talking about. Like, playing through the original games, yeah, it might be nostalgic, it might be this, it might be that, but to be honest with you, since I grew up with 3D platforms in the N64 era, the first Resident Evil game I played was 4, this feels the best to me. I tried so hard to go back and play the original Resident Evil, play Resident Evil or 0, whatever it's called, whatever you want to call it. I tried. I could not handle it. It was awkward, it was loopy, I didn't enjoy my time with it. I felt like I was playing Grim Fandango with tank controls. Like, I couldn't take it. I did it for the trophy, but I can't do this. I can't do this again. I was going insane. So I'm going to be upfront with you guys. Resident Evil 2 Remake is definitely elevates the game, and it definitely makes it into something more playable for a more broader audience. And that's not a bad thing in the terms of this game. And don't forget that once you beat the game on B, on the B playthrough, a new campaign is unlocked called the Fourth Survivor, and that is something that I'm really excited to get to, and it gives me something to work towards. This is the first Resident Evil game since, 5 that I've gone for the Platinum Trophy on. 5 was hit or miss, it wasn't like...
I guess they never miss, huh?
Stop it. It was really hit or miss for me in terms of quality and stuff like that, but it was still a fun game to play through with other people. So I decided, might as well get the platinum on this one. And then, 6 was a letdown. 4 didn't have a platinum trophy, so I couldn't really go for a platinum. 5 is great. It's a fun game. 6. No, 7. I'm thinking of 7. What the fuck's going on with me? 7 is a great game. I didn't go for the platinum on it because I just didn't play it enough myself. I mostly watched my fiance play it, and she had a lot of fun with it. So I want to go back through that game, of course. But 2 came out at the perfect time where I was like, I really just want a more of a Resident Evil 4 or 5 type game where, your item management's a little bit more restrictive. Your knives aren't God mode, So this was one of those games that really came at the perfect time for me personally, and it definitely made me want more Resident Evil. I want more, I give this one an A+ myself. Probably will be on my top 10 games list because I'll probably still be playing it late into July, maybe even towards October. And I bet that I think there's going to be a new campaign mode coming soon. I don't remember where I heard that, but keep that in mind. I think they're going to add some more content to the game as well. But I'm excited. I never played Resident Evil 3. Nemesis, I think it's called. I know what it's about. I know there's a guy that follows you for the entire thing, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Call me a noob. Call me a pleb. Whatever you want to say. But to me, Resident Evil 2 is definitely a new standard for Resident Evil games. And I feel like even 8 should be styled in this way. I didn't mind the first-person perspective in 7. I didn't mind it. I knew why they did it because VR was, just coming out and they needed something big for VR. I get it. But 8 should come back to this style of the third-person over-the-shoulder look, all that kind of stuff. and I feel like that'll really make it a beautiful game. But it's cool that Resident Evil 3 and 8 are both being made at the same time, and hopefully they're going to kind of give and take from each other. What's your favorite Resident Evil game? Let me know. All right, moving on into some more news. Overcooked 2, not the first one. Overcooked 2 is celebrating the Chinese New Year with a free update, and it's adding on a new survival mode. So the free update includes some new character skins, and they're themed to be Year of the Pig, which is the Chinese New Year. This year's Year of the Pig. I don't have a pig sound effect. Damn. Anyways, so you're going to get 2 new recipes with this one, the fruit platter and the hot pot. And then also players can dress up as the 2 new chefs, who are a dragon chef and a Chinese New Year pig, which is fun and cute. And then the survival mode, so each level is going to get its own survival mode from 1 through the end. And also the Surf and Turf DLC and all the seasonal updates are going to get the survival mode added into the levels as well. So this is pretty cool for Overcooked fans. I'm a fan of Overcooked. I haven't played it in a while. I need to get back onto it. I really enjoyed this game. It's like that perfect mix of whatever you want to call it. What is it called? It's just that perfect. It's that perfect recipe, you know. It's that perfect bellissimo sauce. You know, it's the sauce on the pizza, and then you put on the pepperoni and the cheese, and it's just a beautiful pizza pie. That's what Overcooked 2 is. I love that game. As you know, and I'm a little late on this, as well as with the Resident Evil info, which is why I'm going to be doing maybe like a short podcast on weekends to kind of get the new stuff in a podcast form that's in a relatively nice time frame. I might start doing that. I'm thinking about it. I'll test it out this weekend, see if there's anything big enough to talk about. But, if something like the Resident Evil 2 debacle or Piranha Plant comes out, next week, something big like that, I will definitely think about doing like a, I don't even know what to call them, YemmyCast Nugget, something. I don't know. Give me an idea of a name if you want to. Just send me a message. But anyways, Piranha Plant is now available in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with the latest update, and with this update comes a lot of changes to your favorite characters. But also, there's other things you can do offline that you couldn't do before. So you can now play with the Spirit Board with up to 4 players offline, and following spirits will now appear in the shop. Partner Pikachu, Partner Eevee, Dice Block, River Survival, and Golden Dash Mushroom. So these are ones that came with like an event, and then they kind of took them out, but now they're putting them back in, like all the way back in. So that's pretty cool. Online, they adjusted the calculation of global smash power. So there you go. So I think that's like your level, how good you are in the game. Of course, they added the Piranha Plant, and then pressing both buttons at the same time with your controller, both jump buttons, will give you a short hop, which is nice for people who don't want to jump all the way like me. I don't always want to jump all the way. So I have to put that into my repertoire of moves. They also fixed the issue where KO score includes your teammates' KO, which I didn't see, and then also various gameplay fixes. So the characters who are most affected by this update is Kirby, Luigi, Jigglypuff, surprisingly, Bowser, Sheik, Zero Suit Samus, Lucas, a few for Sonic, Rosalina got a bunch, Mii Brawler, and all the Mii characters actually got a good amount. And then one of the other ones was, there's a few for Ridley, which is obvious, King K. Rool, and then also Incineroar also got a good amount of things to him as well. So if you want to see the full news, the full update, you can check it online. But just know that those certain characters, if one of those characters is your main, you might want to look at what's new with that character. And then speaking of nerfing, nerf this. Piranha Plant was nerfed day 1 in Smash Ultimate in the update. And so what someone found online, a data miner, of course, named Meshima, he discovered that Piranha Plant was supposed to have 3 jumps originally. 3 jumps! And this Piranha Plant already has huge reach, has the freaking fly around chaotically move. I mean, he has so many things for recovery. Did he really need 3 jumps? So what they found out was the development team was like, yeah, it's going to be a little OP. So they took that out of the game day 1, which is probably good because he's already a tough ass plant to put down. All right, Microsoft is eager to expand Xbox Live cross-platform and on phones, and that, of course, includes the Switch. So Xbox Live is one of the, it's Microsoft's online component. What else do you got to say about it? But with the advent of cross-platform play on Minecraft, Fortnite, and whatever else is on there, Rocket League, so it'll give Xbox Live achievements. All the social systems will still be intact, and multiplayer will be added to the games. Okay, so it's essentially just giving people who are on Switch an option to play with their Xbox Live friends a little bit more easily, which is a good idea. Hopefully, this doesn't mean that Nintendo's gonna just switch over to the Xbox completely. And obviously, PlayStation has been nudged out of this. There's already tons of memes everywhere. But we're not going to talk about those things.
And you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Coming up on Splatoon 2, the new Splatfest is pancakes versus waffles. Hey, Amanda. Hey. What do you like better, waffles or pancakes? Pancakes. There we go, everyone. Pancakes is the winner. But yeah, so you can choose a side now in Splatoon 2. You can either be on Team Pancake or Team Waffles. So one's yellow, one's purple. That's pretty much it. And whichever team gets the most points, I believe they get a reward at the end of everything. So make sure you team up this week and get fighting on the battlefield. Just like Reggie says, I'll meet you on the battle bus. God, that was so cringy. Hey, Mario Kart Tour, which is the phone version of Mario Kart, has been delayed until summer of 2019. So this was originally announced was first announced in February last year, and it was set to be released in March of 2019. And now they're saying that, we're going to need a little bit more time. Originally, it was supposed to be like a free-to-start application, so that means is you can download it and play it, and there'll probably be tons of microtransactions in it. Sorry for hitting my what is this thing called? My spit deflector. But now they're saying that it's going to be a service. So Mario Kart Tour is going to be a service, and it's going to have an application rather than just be a game. So this is kind of weird. And kind of weird. I said that twice. Speaking of phone games, Dr. Mario World has been announced for mobile devices, and it's going to be released early summer 2019. So they're going to have a Mario Kart game in summer, and they're also going to have the Dr. Mario World game in summer. So these two might clash a little bit. Maybe they're seeing which series that people like better, huh? Well, Dr. Mario is supposed to be a puzzle game, as usual, and it's probably going to be like Candy Crush. It's just going to be like a Candy Crush clone. I would hope not. I mean, but with with all these Candy Crush games being practically the same and also being widely popular, I wouldn't be surprised if this was just like a Candy Crush clone where you have to swipe left and right and up and down in order to match up certain colors and take out the viruses, kind of like the game, just a little bit adapted. So there was a Dr. Mario game on the 3DS eShop, and also the WiiWare too, which was actually pretty fun. I played that one a lot. Unfortunately, that of course is out, which leads me into the next segment here, which is the Wii Shop channel. The Wii Shop channel has been taken down, and they are saying that you can't buy or use any points anymore. So no more Virtual Console, no more WiiWare, no more Wii channels. It's all been shut down. So this was on the 30th of January. It's done. It's over. Everyone plays taps on various instruments. So if you still had money on that system, unfortunately now you will not be able to do anything with it. It's just lost in limbo. But the Wii Shop had lots of fun games. There was that one game with the muscly dude, so you had to run after and do the moves in order, whatever ones they did. That was a fun game. I love that one. Also, World of Goo, which is a widely critically acclaimed game, which is now on Steam. World of Goo was originally released as a WiiWare game, and that was an amazing game. Same thing with Contra Run and Cave Story, two very impressive games on this Wii Shop channel. I'm more or less more displeased that the Virtual Console isn't coming back. Hopefully they'll keep it up on the, or hopefully they'll add more or something like it on the Switch. I would love to play Mario 64 on the Switch. I don't see why they wouldn't throw that on there. I don't know. No, it doesn't even matter. Okay, so there's no real Xbox news this week. Just know that Optic has won a championship. Wow, congratulations. Everyone, please clap. Congratulations, Optic. No one cares. All right, so let's move on. Titanfall, the developers of Titanfall, which is Respawn, have made a new free-to-play battle royale game called Apex Legends. So the story behind this is that Apex Legends was supposed to be sort of like a Titanfall 3 kind of game. It was in the makings to be Titanfall 3, and then they switched around. They did an old switcheroony, and now it's a free-to-play battle royale game with twists, of course. There's a few twists in this one. I think this kind of elevates it a little bit past like maybe Black Ops 4 battle royale or PUBG or something like that, because you drop in squads. Always. You can't do like a solo, I'm pretty sure. You drop in squads, you have equipment and stuff that helps you out. Things from the past Titanfall games, like, being able to time shift and move in and out of reality. And there's things like reverse yourself. And there's guns that are pretty similar to the way they were in Titanfall 2, but some of them are a little bit different. Like one dude has a shield, another dude has like some type of crow, I don't know. But so there's new things that happen, like you secure one of those crawly things that you used to do the bank heist missions with, not missions but multiplayer mode with in Titanfall 2. You secure those and they give you extra weapons. There's weapon caches that drop once the zone is going away, and of course there's still body armor and shields and weapon attachments and stuff like that, all hidden all across the world. Oh boy. And really the first map that I saw really does look like a Titanfall 2 map. It's the one that has like the ravine and the cave, and there's like this outpost in the middle of the mountains, which is a cool map, and I think this map looks kind of cool. I haven't played this yet. Apex Legends hasn't been played by me yet. So, maybe I'll have a little bit of a review next week for it. But it is an official release. This isn't a beta. This isn't an alpha. It isn't a demo. It's a full beta. It's like a full game, not a full beta. I just said it wasn't a beta. Jesus Christ. But it is a launch. It is a full launch, so you can get it now for free on PlayStation, Xbox, not Switch. And I think computer too, right? Alright, there's new threats lurking in Days Gone. Ooh, the new freaker types of zombies are now displayed in a new video. Last week we talked about the motorcycle. Humble plug! And this week we're talking about the new zombie types. So they're pretty much exactly like any other zombie game. There's the fast guy who tries to get you. There's a screamer that just screams and makes you freak out. And there's also ones called newts that are smaller enemies that'll target you when you're only at low health. So that's kind of interesting. And there's the fast ones are called swarmers. I didn't see that before. Sorry. So the freakers can actually sometimes go in packs instead of it just being a normal zombie herd. Once you start engaging them, or maybe once you see them closer, you'll actually notice that they are a pack of freakers, not just a normal roaming pack of zombies. So that's pretty cool. So hopefully, this elevates the game a little bit more past the normal zombie game, makes it a little bit more entertaining. And there's also in the video, there's also like these dogs that are zombies as well. So maybe they're taking a little bit from Resident Evil 2 there, huh? Alright, so the PlayStation Plus February games have been announced, and they are as follows. For Honor, which is a sword fighting game, kind of like a elevated rock, paper, scissors type game. I got the platinum trophy for it. Not trying to brag here or anything. But I thought it was a really fun game when it came out. I'm not sure how the game is now. I haven't played it since the six months after it came out. I was really on it for a while, and I decided, the player base is dwindling, and really the only people left are people who are really good. But maybe this will give the game a new breath, a new life, as you would say. You're also getting Hitman the complete first season. Unfortunately, I bought that, so I'm getting screwed here. Hitman the complete first season. So that was this Hitman game. This is the reboot technically. That was episodic based, and I thought it was just garbage. I mean, the first level is fun, it's great, and then as the levels go on, they get boring, mundane. There's not as much choice as you would think there is. I would suggest downloading if you're a fan of Hitman. Jesus Christ, you will find enjoyment in this game. It has the same concepts, has the same gameplay things that you will like. just be warned that it's not as fun as most Hitman games are. Alright, PS5 might have backwards compatibility, as Sony filed a patent that pretty much shows that it can do, or plan on doing something that has a backwards compatibility to it. So what this little graph is, and I'll put it up on the screen in a minute on YouTube, is it's showing that the machine will be able to emulate older softwares like PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4, which is a blessing. It's like, oh, here comes the angels, and they're bringing you the PS5. If this is true, this will be an instant sell for thousands of people who thought that the PS4 should have had backwards compatibility. People who thought the PS3, the newer versions, the slimmer versions, definitely should have backwards compatibility. But is this too good to be true? Am I just dreaming? Pinch me. But this would be an automatic sell for so many people. I know it, and the consoles would probably fly off the walls because, hey, I don't need to get a new system or an older system or whatever. I can just go on PS5 and boom, 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 boom. There's everything I ever wanted. So that's pretty awesome. I think that no matter what, the PS5 will be able to play PS4 games. Obviously, it's going to be similar enough hardware, and obviously they're not going to upgrade it too much. I mean, the PlayStation 4 Pro is. The PS4 and the PS5 aren't going to be too different from each other. Obviously, if the PS4 base edition, the original edition, can play Last of Us 2, I guarantee PS5 will obviously play Last of Us 2. It's just I bet the software is going to be similar enough that they don't need to technically make PS4 backwards compatibility, but of course they'll put it as a bullet point, I'm sure. Das ist nicht so gut. You can get a broken PS4 game for free with your potentially broken PS4 controller at GameStops in Germany. Oh, yeah, it's Germany, yeah. So I'm not sure if this is confirmed yet, but apparently GameStops in Germany have so many copies of Fallout 76 that if you bring in a broken controller and you buy a new controller, they will give you a free copy of Fallout 76. If there's someone in Germany right now, please confirm this for me. But according to Reddit, they're tempting customers with a free copy of Fallout 76. I don't know how tempting that is. I mean, I didn't have a terrible time with the game, but I know a lot of people hated it, and a lot of people saw negative reviews of it, so they didn't pick it up. So this might be the biggest steal of the century if you're in Germany. Anywhere else, they're not doing it. Maybe they're just testing it right now in Germany. Who knows? But I mean, if this is true, this is like, I mean, just, break your controller and get a free game. I mean, just bring in an old controller that you haven't used in 15 years and say, the buttons don't work as well anymore. And they'll be like, okay, here's your free, here's a free copy of Fallout 76? 76? I think that's what it is. 76? Yeah, whatever. All right, and finally today in the news, Sony is increasing cloud storage for PlayStation Plus members to 100 gigabytes. Wow. That's amazing. Right now it's set at 10 gigabytes, which obviously isn't a lot if you know how many games that people play and how many PlayStation Plus games are out there. I mean, your library of games could be over 250 games. I'm not saying that I have 250 games, but I know that I have close to 100, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. And I know if I had saved every single save file in the cloud, that would have been gone in a matter of minutes, So this is great for people who have a lot of games, they're traveling a lot, they have multiple consoles. PlayStation Plus is getting a little bit better. Maybe the price hike was for this. Maybe the price hike was just because they wanted more money, but at least they're doing something to kind of incentivize it. What am I saying? Maybe they're doing something to make up for that price hike. So yeah, from early February, they're going to start expanding the storage of all PlayStation Plus members, and hopefully it'll be in full swing by the time that you listen to this podcast. But that's really cool. I don't normally use the PlayStation Cloud. It automatically updates every so often for me just because, I don't have time to go through each game and go, okay, save this, don't save that. There's a lot of games that I used to have that I still have save files on PlayStation Cloud. There's a few Lego games on there, stuff that I don't play a lot of, and maybe I got like 100% on, or I did a lot of work on that I don't want to lose that work. Games that I sold maybe, but I might buy again in the future if I'm feeling it when they're like $20 or $10, and I'll go, I don't want to play through the whole game again, but here's my save file, stuff like that. That's why I save things on PlayStation Plus, the cloud. But now I won't need to worry about going in and deleting games that I don't want anymore. Now I don't even have to worry about it. If it's 100 gigabytes, save everything. I don't care. Save everything. All right, so finally today, I didn't forget. I almost forgot, but I didn't forget. We're going to be I did a little recording directly after we watched the Super Bowl with my friend Nick, a.k.a. Greedy Waffle. He's obviously Team Waffle in Splatoon 2. But we did a little recording for the Super Bowl. We talked about the Super Bowl, the commercials, and the future of the NFL. So please enjoy. Sit back, please enjoy, and I'll be back in a few minutes to give you the outro. All right, well, the Super Bowl 53 is over with. I know a lot of people in the UK don't care, and a lot of people in America didn't care this year. After this game, I don't really care. But Super Bowl 53 is done. Patriots win 13-3. MVP of the game, Edelman, for good reasons. Hey, it was a pretty boring game, but I have someone here to talk with me, and that would be Nick, a.k.a. Greedy Waffle. Hey, Nick, you there? Nick.
Huh?
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
Hello. Hey. I
Wow.
fell asleep with my mic on?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
man.
did.
Oh, whoops.
Whoops.
It happens.
So, the game put you to sleep.
Oh my God, was it so boring? Congratulations to Tom Brady and the Patriots are winning the boringest Super Bowl ever in my generation.
Yeah, I guess really the only takeaway. The only reason this Super Bowl is going to be quote unquote remembered is because it's the 6th win for the Patriots, 6th win for Tom Brady, 6th win for the 66-year-old Bill Belichick, coach of the Patriots.
He's the most
Right.
For the most wins next to the Steelers.
Right.
6?
So
Crazy.
yeah. So that's probably the only reason that this game's going to be remembered. Is there anything else to take away from this lackluster Super Bowl 53 game?
Well, the Rams have a long way to go. As you can see, tonight showed their inexperience. They're young. They're a really young team. Even the coach is the youngest to be in the Super Bowl history. So they have a while to go. So they have a lot to learn. Their punter punts like a god. The dude punts crazy good. He had some ridiculous punts, which there was a lot of punting on their side tonight. And overall, it was just boring. The Patriots, Tom Brady was good. That first drive where he threw the first pick of the game was awesome. But other than that, it was just boring, dude. It was just I was bored.
Yeah. The people next to us commented about people in the stands having their phones out. It's like, yeah, I have my phone out too, because it's just like nothing's happening. The Rams go 3 and out, and the Patriots go down the field, and something happens, and they miss a field goal or they have to punt it away. It's like nothing was really happening. It was definitely a battle of the defenses this time around. Instead of a battle of the offenses like last year with the Patriots versus the Eagles, it was a battle of the defenses. And in the end, the Rams defense was on the field way more than the Patriots, and it just wore them out, I think.
Oh yeah, the game was probably 40 minutes, I would say, and Rams defense was probably on for at least 32 minutes of that game.
Yeah.
It's literally what it felt like. It was crazy. Patriots were dominant. They just had the ball a lot, running down the clock. And yeah, I had my phone out too a lot. I was just bored, even with the commercials. That's so boring. The commercials are awful too.
Do you agree with the MVP being Mr. Julian Edelman?
Yeah, Julian Edelman. He was on God mode tonight too. He was literally open every play. Literally, when in doubt, Tom Brady threw it to Edelman, and he was at least the closest defensive guy was at least 5-10 feet away from him, which is a lot in football. That's
Yeah.
a lot of steps to be away from someone.
Well, especially on like third downs and stuff like that.
Third
It's like
downs, I mean,
playing man to man.
crazy.
You need to play man to man against Edelman. I mean, there's no reason that the
Well, they should have double teamed him.
Well,
not
yeah,
just
yeah,
man-to-man.
definitely, yeah. Well, I think they were more. I think they were more worried about Gronk, so they had more guys on him. I'm pretty sure. For some reason, they thought Edelman wasn't going to be a threat, but as we saw in the
Yeah,
Chiefs game and in this game, Tom Brady plus Edelman equals a super sweet pass and a super sweet catch.
Yeah, it's funny too because Edelman this year, in the beginning of the 2018 season, was suspended 4 games for steroid use. So was he back on steroids?
I guess
So-
they'll have to check the blood work.
I doubt it. It's the Patriots.
Yeah.
They won't do anything. They won't care.
I think what really killed the Rams was the penalties. They were kind of playing like the Browns. They were just getting penalty after penalty, and there were a few missed penalties on the Patriots side of things, but for the most part, I mean, the Patriots I think they had 3 flags the entire game, while the Rams had upwards of 15 plus.
It wasn't 15 plus, but it was definitely more than 3. I'll give them that. I mean, there was a lot of flags, and honestly, from at least 3 of those flags, they replayed them, and I was like, yeah, those are penalties. I mean, and it's not like no controversy where someone put a finger on Tom Brady and they got flagged for it. But
Right.
there was holding penalties where the guy was actually holding and illegal hands to the face, and the guy was literally had his hand inside the guy's face mask, like pushing him down. I was like, yeah, that's a penalty too. So it's not. The refereeing was good in this game, I would say, to an extent, but unlike last week's game or 2 weeks ago where
Right.
like both teams got in on a BS call.
Yeah, I think this game was one that showed the Rams. They were just they're noobs in the scene right now. They have a young team, a rookie team, and I think this is a good wake up call for them because I think they went into this game expecting they were just going to dominate, and they were talking a lot of smack. And
yeah.
I mean, I would never call the Patriots the underdogs, but I think going into the playoffs they were kind of looked at as, oh, they're not going to get in there. They're they this year they weren't playing as well, and like I said, they kind of woke
they
up.
lost 3 games this season. They never done that before, and everyone was like, "Oh, the Patriots are done."
Is this the end of Tom Brady?
Yeah, pretty much. But
But here he is with a 6th Super Bowl win.
Showed 'em.
He's got 5 rings, 1 for each finger, and 1 for his penis.
yeah, that was a weird picture you showed me today. But
Um, what was your overall thoughts of the game? And what do you think the Rams could have done better throughout it?
well, done better is do stuff on offense, anything, get a couple first downs. I mean, they showed a stat tonight. It was like Patriots had 15 first downs and the Rams only had 2. I was like, seriously? They could have gone more running, possibly more definitely first downs. The quarterback didn't look too hot tonight. The quarterback just looked like he was still playing on a high school level, which was not very good.
Yeah.
For example, that drive where the Rams looked like they were going to tie it up. It was 10-3. Looks like they were driving to tie it up, and then they get on the 30-yard line, 30 yards to go, and they kept throwing it down to the end zone, 30-yard pass, and then it got picked off. It was just like, oh, come on. It was just a mood killer,
Yeah, the Patriots could see that coming from a mile away too. Like once you throw it 2 times to the end zone, it's like, what are they going to do the 3rd time? Guarantee is going to be towards the end zone, and what do you know?
Yeah, but
he did
right
it.
there, they could have done some screen passes or run play to try to eat the clock up a little bit. Get a first down. I mean,
Right.
You still had 30 yards to go. I mean, got at least 3 more first downs, and clock kept going. Then score, tie it. Hopefully your defense can hold them and maybe get a game-winning field goal. I don't know. What do I know? Just a Madden player.
So what was your favorite commercial of the evening?
I think mine was the NFL guys where they're in this ballroom. They're all giving a speech, and then all of a sudden, this football comes into play, and they start playing Smear the Queer, which is pretty much if you have the football, you try not to get tackled by other people around you. And if you do start getting tackled, you got to throw the ball away as quick as possible without getting tackled. And that was fun to watch. I mean, like Peyton Manning, who's retired now, throws the football and he's like, "Oh, my shoulder." That was funny. It was just funny because it was a lot of like table breaking, glass shattering. It was just fun to watch.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite one.
I was half expecting the Peyton Manning's new best friend to come out, the country singer to come out and be like, "You want to write a song about this, Peyton?" Then slap him on the ass and they kiss and
slap him on his forehead. His giant forehead.
What was the most cringiest commercial of the evening?
That one TV or cell phone provider where they're
T-Mobile?
texting back and forth.
Yeah.
T-Mobile where they're texting back and forth. It was just cringeworthy, like text messaging back and forth. Or some of the Bud Light commercials were pretty cringeworthy.
Yeah.
Didn't make sense. Like they were just not cringeworthy. It just didn't make sense. And that was about it. Oh, that car commercial was pretty cringeworthy too. The one that was all sad and depressing.
Oh yeah.
All of a sudden, the car comes in. It was like
Rams through the water.
Maserati or Rams.
It was Kia, I think.
Yeah, Kia, and it goes like through water. I was like, no way, that car just went through that water.
Do not attempt.
Yeah, it literally says that on the bottom. But
the people next to us, there was like 4 older people next to us, and they thought, yeah, exactly. They thought every commercial was clapworthy. They thought every commercial was hilarious. It was getting really annoying. Yeah, if it had dog in it, they automatically were like, "Oh yay, woo!"
Then they start calling the server's name in like chant formation. I was like, what's going on?
Was that what they were doing? I had no clue what they were doing.
They're like, Julie. I don't know.
I was just so annoyed. I was trying to ignore them, but they were just so loud, and this lady was right next to me, screaming into my ear practically. I was like, come on.
All tables around us were pretty cringeworthy.
That is true. That is very true.
That, like you said, that's what happens when you're in the dark alley of Buffalo Wild Wings.
Right. What'd you think of the Super Bowl there, Nicholas?
Pretty boring.
I'm sorry. Halftime, not the Super Bowl.
I was like, what?
What'd you think of that halftime performance there, Nicholas?
Well, I'm pretty sad that it was promised that Sweet Victory from SpongeBob would appear, and literally it did appear. I'll give him credit, but it was literally for like 2 seconds.
And it wasn't even the main chunk of the song. It was just the opening, and then
it was like when the marching band like starts the trombones and like they do that. It was literally, that was it, and then Travis Scott comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, I thought they would have like made them combine a little bit better, like have Travis Scott like rapping the lyrics maybe for a little bit and then go into a song or something. I don't know. I mean, that might have been even more cringeworthy than what they did. I don't know.
Other than that, I mean, Maroon 5 didn't sound too bad. I'll give them that. At least they played all their old stuff, not like, their new pop emo thing, whatever.
What about the lead singer Adam Levine taking off his shirt?
Oh my god.
So hot.
Looks like a... Go ahead.
I didn't think there was enough Big Boy in this.
No.
I don't know his music, but...
The best entrance, too.
I know, he had...
the back of a car.
He had the longest drive in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
his car.
True. Not wrong.
I mean, as much as I don't like enjoy hip hop or rap, like Big Boy, I love that name, and then I liked his style, and I was like, we need more Big Boy, and he was gone after like 2 minutes on the stage. I was like, come on, what are you doing here?
Well, what are you gonna do? What I want to know, why every halftime show have to have a choir and have to have a marching band? That literally made no sense, especially that girl just going full out, like screaming into the mic. I was like, oh my god, what does this have to do with Maroon 5?
Well, I also like that the marching band drums came on and then they went into a slow song. It wasn't like a big build up into a big song. It was a big build up into nothing. And then he started doing She will be loved. Like, come on, shut up.
Here's the marching band, and then choir comes out. It's like, ah! It's like, oh my god.
Well, at least they didn't come out and start singing like Eminem or something like that. But
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
what are you gonna do? Hey, real quick, what can we expect next year in the NFL? Like, what's the teams to look out for, and are there going to be any changes to like the penalty rules or anything like that? Do you think?
Cleveland Browns, baby. Cleveland Browns are gonna blow up next year. I hope. Please.
I hope so too.
It's about time.
It's time.
It's time. Time is now. But other for penalty changes, I think we'll see less. Hopefully, they fix the refereeing situation because the refs had a lot of games where it was a lot of controversy, a lot of like bribing. I guess is what word to put for it. Hopefully, they change like where the refs can get fined or the refs can get fired from like making a bad like game-changing call, like such as the Rams game and the Saints game and the Patriots and the Chiefs game. Other than that, I think we'll see less pass interference. Yeah. Other than that, I think that's about it. Let's see. We'll look for the 2019 season.
Do you think Nick Foles is going to stay on the Eagles?
No, I think he'll go get a starting job and suck, and then come back in as a backup and have a good run again. That's how he does it, because he reminds me of that kid who does good on tests but fails every homework assignment. Like, he doesn't do his homework assignment, whereas his homework assignments are the game story he starts, and he just bombs that. And then, a big exam comes up, and he aces it.
Mm-hmm.
And the big exam would be like the playoff games or the Super Bowl last year. So that's how I see him.
A good analogy. I'll have to write that one down.
Oh, yeah. Please do. Everyone write it down. I want to hear those pens going.
All right. Well, hey, thanks, Nick, for coming on and talking a little bit about the Super Bowl, a little bit about commercials, a little bit about the future. I appreciate you coming on, my dude.
And it's going to be in a long off season and until August. Going to be a lot of hype about the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, from past experience, and I think this year the hype will be real. So hopefully a lot of changes for the Browns, and hopefully next time we talk about sports, it will be the Browns winning the first game of the 2019 season.
Yeah, I'll have you back on for that, for sure, boy.
And hopefully the next time this year, we can be talking about the glorious Browns victory in the Super Bowl.
Oh. Well, let's not jinx it, though.
True.
And just like they, the Madden curse, they want to put Baker Mayfield on the Madden cover. It's like, don't curse him. Don't curse.
Don't do it. It's hurt the first preseason game.
Oh god, that would suck so much.
I'm saying too much. End this now.
Yeah, okay.
We're done.
All right, thanks, Nick.
Yes.
I'll talk. You can go back to sleep now.
Yes. Thank you. I'm very tired of that game.
Bye.
All right, guys.
Nick.
See ya.
All right. Well, big thanks to Nicholas, aka Greedy Waffle. If you want to, you can follow him on Twitter. Link will be in the description, I'm pretty sure. But hey, that's another episode of YemmyCast, a video game podcast, which premieres Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, and you can also find it on Spotify, iTunes, and SoundCloud, if you so desire. Thanks to everyone who's listening not on YouTube, because you people are like really awesome to me, because I've never been on Spotify before, never been on iTunes, but here there's 12 people, or however many people are listening on those places, in those apps. I really appreciate that a lot. I still appreciate you YouTubers as well. I still appreciate the YouTube community for coming to the premiere, talking with me, listening to this on replay. Maybe you're driving in the car and you don't have Spotify or iTunes or SoundCloud. You're listening to this on YouTube. I appreciate you too. Don't think that I appreciate you any less. I still appreciate you, but for right now, since this is new, iTunes and Spotify, I really appreciate those people so much as well. So thank you everyone who stopped by, everyone who came and listened. Hopefully I've given you some nice things to think about. And like I said, if there's big enough news on the weekends now, I'm definitely going to put out a special report. Breaking news! So look out for those on the weekends every once in a while when there's a big enough story. Like this weekend I could have done Resident Evil 2, IGN debacle in its own episode, but I didn't because I didn't think about it until after, today. Today I thought about it. So once again, thank you everyone for showing up. I appreciate you all. I am Yemmy the Ferret, aka Yemmy, and this has been YemmyCast, a video game podcast.